they see this dude, Charlamagne, I mean, grind up, what's her name, jumped on the stage. Lip gloss pop.
Lil Mama.
Lil Mama. No disrespect, Lil Mama. But niggas wouldn't be able to see what type of dude this dude is.
Right.
I mean, for what?
If it wasn't the camera, you're right.
Put the cameras, bro, because you can expose a lot of shit.
Right.
Yeah. Because you grind Lil Mama.
Yeah, shorty
till
crying.
she start crying and all that. You do that to a woman, a girl. In your eyes, because you a man, nigga. You do that to a girl. But then when you got some people in front of you that you perceive as real men, like Fredro Starr and Sticky, when I seen that, niggas chumped you. It was real men. You know, it was consequences behind that. But you make that little girl cry. So niggas need to get put in their places out here. I think you got the perfect show to do that.
I mean, I would tell Beanie, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to have more than just real niggas to, like, grow. You know what I'm saying? like real, because what real niggas do, real niggas are really fickle too, by the way.
What you mean?
Real niggas fuck with you until you do one thing that they don't deem as real, and then they stop fucking with you. I got fired for a Beanie Sigel interview. So let me ask you this question: Am I more of a real nigga or not a real nigga? Because I reached out to Beanie Sigel the night after he put out the Jay-Z diss record.
Yeah,
I'm on in Philly. I'm like, yo, I got to get Beanie on. Right?
Yeah.
I record Beanie Sigel, play the interview back. Now, mind you, when I text my boss and I said, yo, we just interviewed Beanie about the Jay diss, my boss goes, I don't know if I would do that. Like, why not? Because it's Jay-Z. Like, what relationship would you rather have, Beanie Sigel or Jay-Z? And I'm like,
neither.
I don't care about either. This is a great story that's going on in hip-hop right now. Yeah. So I aired a Beanie Sigel back on a Friday, right?
Yeah.
Jay-Z comments on it that weekend. Monday morning, I play the interview again. I get fired that Monday afternoon. So am I a real nigga because I said fuck it and put Beanie Sigel on the air going at Jay-Z?
Yo, what up? It's your boy Chris with The Ignorance is Free. Like always, thank you guys for your continued support. And if you haven't already, definitely subscribe to the channel. Now, let's talk Charlamagne and Beanie Sigel. So, the first clip that you just heard was of Beanie Sigel on Tax Stone's podcast Tax Season. Now, if you're a Beanie Sigel fan, you definitely want to check that podcast out. It's pretty long, 2 hours and 45 minutes, but 100% worth listening to. Any and every question that you would want to ask Beanie Sigel, Tax Stone covers, and Beans does not hold back. Now, the little clip that you heard, that was, Beanie Sigel taking some digs at Charlamagne, basically, in my opinion, calling Charlamagne a bitch, saying, look, you made Lil Mama, a female, cry. But when Fredro Starr was up there, and you guys were going at it, you pussied out because he was a man and you knew there was going to be consequences. So then the second clip you heard was of Charlamagne doing his own podcast, Brilliant Idiots, with Andrew Schultz. And again, if you want to hear the clip, or rather the episode in its entirety, the link is again in the description. But that's Charlamagne pretty much responding, to Beanie Sigel. And his response was, how the fuck am I not a real nigga? Because if you listen to the podcasts with Tax Stone and Beans in its entirety, they're talking about real niggas, real niggas, real niggas. And this is what's kind of crazy. What the fuck is a real nigga anyway? To me, being real is being your true self. If you're being anything other than that, you're not being real. So that if we take the word real away from real nigga, we need a description on nigga. What, not nigger, but nigga. What does nigga mean? Okay, because then if you figure out what that means and then you attach the word real to it, if you're being anything other than that, the description of nigga, then you ain't a real nigga. Okay, but what is the description of nigga? Somebody needs to explain that. Okay, because Charlamagne's response is like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Okay, because if I'm not real, dude, I got fired because of you. Okay, now this is another link that's in the description that if you guys haven't heard, definitely check it out. You guys remember when Beanie Sigel released that diss to Jay-Z? This is not a diss record, it's a real record. Remember that one? Okay, Not Your Average Cat. Remember that shit? That record was fucking fire, flames, and he went hard on Jay-Z. Now, the day after the record was released, Charlamagne was in Philly. So he's like, yo, I need to reach out to Beans. He just put out this record. So he did the interview. It was on a phone call. He did the interview. And the station he was working for at the time, he hits up his boss and he says, yo, I got this Beanie Sigel interview. He just put out this record. This is going to be good. This is going to be good for our station. His boss said, do not air that interview. Which relationship do you care more about? Do not air that interview. What did he do? He aired it anyways. He aired it twice. And because of that, he got fired. But he did that to kind of say, yo, I don't give a fuck about these relationships. I'm being real to me. Like I'm a fucking personality. That's what I am. So being a real personality, fuck the relationships. I'm putting this out. And that's what he did. So his response is like, how am I not being real? What have I ever done that's not being real? Now, if you listen to the podcast as well, talking about the Brilliant Idiots one, you'll hear him also, Charlamagne, you'll hear him also addressing the Lil Mama situation. Because Beanie Sigel, you know, he's kind of railing up on Charlamagne saying, yo, you went at Lil Mama, you made a girl cry. Now, Charlamagne has addressed this many times. He said, yo, I didn't make Lil Mama cry. That was Angela Yee. She was talking about her dead mom. Okay, according to Charlamagne, her and Lil Mama, rather him and Lil Mama had an agreement prior to the taping of the show that they were going to, you know, take some jabs at each other just for entertainment purposes. Okay, so Charlamagne said it couldn't have been me because if I was going to go at her, she already knew that going into the interview. So it wasn't me. And then he also addresses the Fredro Starr situation. Again, you can hear this in the podcast, but he says, yo, I actually wanted to fucking fight Fredro Starr. But the only reason I didn't is because, according to Charlamagne, with his clause and his contracts and everything with the Breakfast Club and iHeartRadio, if he does anything to instigate a fight, so for example, pussy, you're a pussy, you know what I mean? Then if the guest swings on him and he swings back, he could still get fired. However, if Fredro Starr would have threw the first punch, Charlamagne is saying he would have welcomed that. Who knows? Right? Because again, this is all talk. Who knows? Right? But Charlamagne then proceeds to say, yo, this wouldn't have been worth it anyways, because Fredro Starr is like, yo, this is going to be great for like, you know, YouTube. It's going to go viral. So Charlamagne was like, yo, you're just doing this shit just for views anyways. And anyone who watched that would have known that. They had Onyx, who I love, by the way. They had an album out at the time. Okay, so then when Beanie Sigel is kind of like bigging up Fredro Starr with that situation, and Fredro, remember, we're just going by what Charlamagne was saying, right? But if what Charlamagne is saying is true about Fredro just kind of doing it just for the clip to go viral, who's being real now? Right? Like, who's being real now? Fredro Starr was just causing shit just for a clip to go viral. They got an album out. And I don't give, you know what? Fuck what Charlamagne said about that. Because when I watched that clip, that was bullshit, man. It was very clear that they wanted the shit to go viral. They were doing some shit just to get, you know what I mean, people yapping. Like, in my opinion. So, anyways, at the end of the day, Charlamagne proceeds to say, look, man, I'm still a fan of Beanie Sigel. I love Beanie Sigel. I lost my job over a Beanie Sigel interview, and I would love to be able to have a conversation with him. So, I don't really know why Beans would have said what he said. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't really know why he would have taken that shot at Charlamagne. Either or, I certainly hope it's something that they're able to resolve. I would love to be able to see Beanie Sigel sit down at the Breakfast Club or even on the Brilliant Idiots and have a conversation about it. Because at the end of the day, two people can always have a difference of opinion, but as long as they can sit down and have a conversation, even if they don't get on the same page, you're allowed to have a difference of opinion. But as long as you can have a conversation about it, that's always going to be good. So to me, this is kind of interesting. I heard the Beanie Sigel comments about Charlamagne a while ago when the podcast first aired, but I was waiting for Charlamagne to say something about it. So you guys check out the links in the description. Take it in, man. And, take that in before you do comment. Like I always say, your opinion definitely counts more than mine. So I want to hear what you guys have to say about this. And make sure you guys don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And follow me on my social media platforms. You can follow me on Instagram at theignoranceizfree with a Z, and on Twitter at I'm Chris Green. I'm out.